Hello, Quiz the Girls. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. It's the 2nd of February, and we are ready for another 3-round Sunday special. The new advert going up there to advertise our channels, Tusked Trivia, which you're watching on one of them on YouTube or Facebook. Feel free to subscribe to both. At the minute, the content's the same every single week the quiz lands, so just whatever is easy for yourself. I might add some extra things to one or the other, make them all a little bit different, but that's for further down the line. Spotify well in action now every Tuesday. Tusked Trivia's Trivial Tuesday at 11 a.m. Little 5-minute podcast that drops with a few little quiz questions, daft little fact, and something to motivationally round out your morning. TrustTrivia.com, home of the special edition quizzes, the first of which, as you are hearing this, should have landed, and will be the first Harry Potter book quiz. The first 7 to be the first 7 Harry Potters. So a quiz for each of the 7 books. And then we'll see how we'll go from there. But they will be exclusive to the website under the special editions banner. And that's where you'll find the link that will take you through to the folder to watch and play along with those. Still looking at the extra content and everything. I'm looking on word searches to try to get the crosswords worked out. So at the minute they are just very much sort of print and play or play along on the screen. They're not massively interactive, but it's a work in progress. As is the app for both Apple and Android, but I think we're a little way off that one at the minute as I focus to get these growing a little bit. So likes and shares and everything always welcomed. Sorry for the music cutting in and me vanishing there, wasn't paying attention and pressed the wrong button. Not to worry though, but here we are, Sunday the 2nd of February, 2025. You should know the rules by now, but great if you're a new player. This is how we do it. It's all pre-recorded, take as long as you like. You can pause it, you can rewind it, you can replay away to your heart's content. Present all 3 rounds, and then we'll come back to the beginning, give you the answers. Reviews, feedback, scores, welcome in the comments, everything like that. Would love to hear suggestions if you've got ideas. You can contact us through Facebook, you can put comments on YouTube. The email and everything is on the TuskTrivia.com website as well. And most of the Facebook, the archive material is on Facebook. There's a little bit on YouTube, but it is mainly on Facebook. And I'm looking to eventually get that organised and get a bit more through the website. But that is quite a labour of love for about 5 years of quizzes. But without further ado, we will kick off with our regular connections round that we've been doing the last few weeks and will do for the next few as well. So the way the connection round works is there's 10 questions. The first 9 could be completely random, but the answers will give one common theme, and question 10 will be what links all of the answers together. Now, occasionally there will be one where, oh, that might work, that might work. It's generally only one of them will work, but sometimes 2 answers would work, but as long as it fits the connection, and I'll cover those if and when they crop up. I say when, not if, because I know what they're going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. And now I come to think of it, it might actually happen tonight. So round number 1, question number 1. A bad dream is more commonly referred to as a what? So a bad dream is more commonly referred to as a what? Question number 2. A lumberjack may lay down his axe and pick up what to bring down a tree? So a lumberjack may lay down his axe and pick up what to bring down a tree? He's right. A couple might work for this one, actually, now I think about it. So this might be one of those where a couple work. I'll be nice and give you the heads up. Number 3, what was the name? Oh, God, Simon, spell check it. Or grammar, rather. What was the name of the big orange rocky member of the Fantastic Four? What was the name of the big orange rocky member of the Fantastic Four? Could use an Addams Family one in there as well, now I think about it. Hey-ho. Never mind. Number 4, Mildred Hubble is better known as the worst what? So Mildred Hubble is better known as the worst what? Number 5, originally a cast member in Wallace and Gromit, which woolly chap went on to have his own series. So originally a cast member in Wallace and Gromit, Which woolly chap went on to have his own series? Finally got on to watching the latest Wallace and Gromit, the new one, and I was impressed. I enjoyed it. I do love a Wallace and Gromit film. Feathers McGraw back again. Number 6. What do we celebrate on October 31st? What do we celebrate on October 31st? Number 7. Vlad the Impaler is said to be the inspiration behind which figure? So Vlad the Impaler is said to be the inspiration behind which figure? Number 8. Peter Pan lived in Neverland with Tinkerbell and which group of kids? So Peter Pan lived in Neverland with Tinkerbell and which group of kids? Number 9. Frodo spent 3 films trying to sneak what into Mordor? Frodo spent 3 films trying to sneak what into Mordor? Because one does simply not walk into Mordor. Although in the end he did simply walk into Mordor. But, you know. And number 10, as always, what links all of them together? What is the common theme for your 9 previous answers? Picture round coming up for number 2, and number 3 will be the second of our decades rounds. We were at the 1950s last week, and unsurprisingly this week we will move to the 1960s. But first up, we have a few Disney villains for you to have a look at. You're going to see 10 Disney villains. You just have to name them. Number 1. Started off nice and easy. There's a couple of tricky ones that unless you're a massive Disney fan, and even if you're a massive Disney fan, I think you might still struggle with. That's the challenge anyway. Number 1, though, a nice easy one to start you. Number 2. Number 2. What about number 3? Number 3. It's an old one. Mind watching that as a kid. And that was a while ago. At least a couple of years. Number 3. What about number 4? Number 4. Ooh, forgetting to take out the website at the bottom there. Oopsie. Number 4. What about number 5? One of me favourite Disney films. Number 5. Unlimited power and an itty bitty living space. Number 6. Number 6. Time to make this a little bit tougher, I think. Number 7. Who is number 7? Fair play if you get this at number 9. But in between, we're going to have number 8. Number 8. Bit more of a challenge again. Number 9. Number 9. And to finish you off on the picture round, not too tough a one, number 10. Number 10. So, when you have got your answers for that one, join us into round 3. So you can pause, rewind, replay, and all that good stuff. As we go to the 1960s. 1960s, 10 questions on the swinging 60s. Number 1. Which show launched in 1965 featured Brian, Zebedee and Dougal? Which show launched in 1965 featured Brian, Zebedee and Dougal? Question number 2. Minnie's and Michael Caine. What's the movie? Minnie's and Michael Caine. What is the movie? Oh, I've not watched it for ages. I didn't even mind the remake, in fairness. Number 3. Lonnie Donegan was known as the king of what? Lonnie Donegan was known as the king of what? Number 4. Who played Steptoe and Son in the TV series? So who played Steptoe and Son in the TV series? Point for each actor. So who played Steptoe and who played Son in the TV series? Number 5. Pickles the dog famously found what in 1966? So Pickles the dog famously found what in 1966? And number 6. Which coin was first introduced to the UK in 1969? So which coin was first introduced to the UK in 1969? Number 7. Who's the 60s icon? So who is the 60s icon for number 7? Number 8. What Shakespeare play was West Side Story based on? So what Shakespeare play was West Side Story based on? See, there's a remake of that as well. I quite fancy having a neb at that. Just for the music more than anything. Number 9. Which British designer invented the miniskirt? Which British designer invented the miniskirt? And to finish off the decade, something I don't think I've done for ages, and when I was doing the live quizzes in between lockdown and everything like that, and when I first started, I used to always get the mick taken for having a Bond question every quiz, and it was completely subconsciously until I realised, and I started doing it all the time. So number 10, released in 1962, what was the name of the first James Bond movie? So released in 1962, what was the name of the first James Bond movie? Even end up to the point where one quiz I did an entire round. So rewind, fast forward, replay, whatever you want to do, and join us back in a few seconds when we get you the answers from the beginning. 2 ticks. Welcome back, and let's get ourselves connected. Connections round number 1. Excuse me, 2 seconds. Sorry, all hail the cough button. A bad dream is more commonly referred to as a nightmare. So a bad dream is more commonly referred to as a nightmare. And number 2, a lumberjack may lay down his axe and pick up either a saw or a chainsaw. A saw or a chainsaw for number 2. Number 3, the big orange rocky member of the Fantastic Four was called the Thing. Thing for number 3. Number 4, Mildred Hubble is better known as the Worst Witch. The Worst Witch for number 4. And number 5, originally a cast member of Wallace and Gromit, Shaun the Sheep. Shaun the Sheep for number 5. So Shaun's your answer there. Number 6, October 31st, we celebrate Halloween. Halloween for number 6. Number 7, Vlad the Impaler is said to be the inspiration behind Dracula. Dracula for number 7, Dr. Acula. And number 8, Peter Pan lived with Tinkerbell and the Lost Boys. The Lost Boys for number 8. And Frodo spent 3 films trying to get the One Ring into Mordor. The One Ring. So what links them all together? Well, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or Saw, The Thing, The Blair Witch Project, Shaun of the Dead, Halloween, Dracula, The Lost Boys, and The Ring. They're all horror films. Horror films is your connection for tonight. Off we go to the Disney villains. Can anyone get 10 on this one? Hats off if you can. Would love to hear if you did. Question number 1, nice and easy. It was Captain Hook. Captain Hook for number 1. And number 2, Hades. Hades for number 2. Number 3, Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil for 3. Shere Khan. Shere Khan for number 4. From Aladdin, it's Jafar. Jafar for number 5. Number 6 is Scar from The Lion King. Scar. Number 7, the Tuffy. He is from Fantasia and he's called Chernabog. Chernabog from Fantasia for number 7. I've seen Fantasia countless times and I could not have got his name for love nor money. Number 8 from The Little Mermaid is Ursula. Ursula. Number 9, I've never actually seen this one. So from The Princess and the Frog, you've got a choice of 2. You can go with Shadow Man, as he was known, or Dr. Facilier. Dr. Facilier or Shadow Man will get you the point for number 9. Didn't know because I'd never seen it. And number 10, Alice in Wonderland, it's the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts for number 10. So total them up as we go to round 3 to the swinging 60s. Yeah, baby. Very yeah. So, launched in 1965 for number 1, Brian Zebedee and Dougal with The Magic Roundabout. The Magic Roundabout for number 1. Number 2, Minnie's and Michael Caine. It's The Italian Job. The Italian Job for number 2. Number 3, Lonnie Donegan was known as the King of Skiffle. The King of Skiffle for number 3. Number 4 is a 2-pointer for Steptoe and Son. Wilfred Bramble and Harry H. Corbett. So, Wilfred Bramble for a point. Harry H. Corbett for a point for number 4. Number 5, Pickles the Dog, famously found what in 1966? The Football World Cup. Jules Rimet's trophy, the World Cup, for number 5. Number 6, I didn't think it had been out as long as this. The coin first introduced into the UK in 1969 was the 50p piece. The 50p piece for number 6. Number 7, that is Twiggy. Twiggy for number 7. Number 8, West Side Story was based on Romeo and Juliet for number 8. Romeo and Juliet. Juliet, even. Number 9, the British designer invented the miniskirt Mary Quant. Mary Quant for number 9. And number 10, released in 1962, the name of the first James Bond movie was Dr. No. Pop your comments in. Head over to tusktrivia.com. Have a look at what's there now as the specials will be landing. The 7 Harry Potter books to be our first 7 special website exclusives. But the 3-round quiz, obviously, every single Sunday, 7:30. Check us out Tuesday on Spotify, 11 a.m. over at Tusked Trivia on Spotify for Trivial Tuesday. 5 minutes of trivia fun every week as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, quizticles of all ages. Speak to you soon. Thank you and good night.